turn on my mic. Woo! Yeah, there we go. I need coffee. I need more coffee. It is too early on a Sunday. Okay, so I'm multi-streaming today. We're going to give this a try. So the question is, can anybody be turned into a Disney princess? Can a 50-plus-year-old woman be turned into a Disney princess? Well, let's find out. Now, here's my warning for all those watching. I'm in no way a Disney princess or any kind of princess. I never have been, and I'm also not any kind of a cartoonist. So this is going to be interesting, to say the least. But I'm going to use all my skills of doing figurative work for the last 20 years to try to turn myself into a Disney princess. And of course that would be a caricature rather than a cartoon, rather than a painting per se. So let's get started. So here's the picture I took this morning, and I chose this one because there's some features and characteristics of princesses, cartoon princesses, that really need a 3/4 view. Then I'm going to explain a couple things here. So let's get a new layer, and I'm going to just do, I'll go ahead and use syrup. And there's some things about the anatomy of a human face that you would normally use for like a regular portrait, trying to make a likeness of somebody. So first of all, if we follow my head and we make a perfect circle, and I have that in the right spot. Oops. Looks like it. Maybe I need to make it a little bigger because I'm not capturing the back of my head there. There we go. We'll get it in the right spot, because your head's a little oval. I'm not getting it right. There we go. Okay, so you'll get the gist of it here. So usually your eyes run in the center. My head's tilted down slightly, so that's usually where the eyes are, and the nose starts there and comes out. Okay, and then, so this is 1/3. The top here, this area here is 1/3, and this is 1/3, but my head's tilted, so slightly. And so we'd go down here and make this another 1/3. So that's how you would normally do a face. But as a Disney princess, you actually bring the eyes up. I'm going to go ahead and do another layer with a different color so you can see. I'll do yellow. So Disney princesses also have a circle. We'll follow that as close as we can. But the eyes are usually up. And we'll go ahead and follow that same line here. And their chins are smaller. Let's bring a side where the ear would be. That would go on past there. So the chins would be up here in more of a cat-like fashion. Cat-like or childlike fashion. So that's what we're going to base our drawing on. And I'm going to just do some sketching here. Drawing. Where is it? I'm looking for a 2B. Maybe it needs to be under sketch. What did I do with it? Now I'm spending too much time looking for what I thought I had. Oh, the sketching's right up on top. Okay, now so in order to make me into a Disney princess, we're going to move. Oops. We're actually going to move this down so that my head's a little smushier. And we're going to bring that opacity down just a little. And the opacity on my face is a little, so we can see. So Disney always makes the eyes bigger. And of course the irises are always bigger. That might be too much. I'll bring it down just a little. Cartoons always exaggerate stuff. Like, there we go. Oh, big. There we go. Oh, I just did a whole bunch of deletions. Crap. Okay, let's get the opacity down. Goodness, this is being very particular today. Yeah, 6B pencil. Okay, so we want to, okay, we're right there. So we want to exaggerate the eyes. And we want to diminish the nose, but we're going to bring it on out into that cat. And because I'm an old lady, we're going to go ahead and delete some of that. My nose needs to be smaller because as we get older, we get a bigger nose. And then, of course, the mouth. Normally, we would have, let's go ahead and put the iris in. We diminish the eyebrows. And what your mouth does is your mouth comes in underneath the eyes. It ends right here. And then there's the same width of your eyes, the same width here as in between as each eye. And of course, princesses are beautiful. So, then she would have a little dainty chin. And definitely diminished ears. And then we bring it on around. And actually I'm going to exaggerate that cheek just a little bit because she's a baby face. Baby face! And then we'll put in some hair here. She's a modern princess with short hair. And let's see where... Let's get that hair right. Okay. And I actually probably need to move that hair down. So let's freehand that. And grab that hair and move it down. Move it down like that. And then we'll erase this line here. It was the top of the head. All right, so if we take this off and that off, suddenly we have something that looks like a caricature. Boom. They see the diminished chin, the large face. So let's go ahead and let's ink this in and see what that looks like. Oh, we want the syrup again. And is that syrup gonna, yep, there we go. Do what we want it to do. So if you're wanting to make, oh, I'm gonna bring that size down a little bit. If you're wanting to make somebody into a Disney princess, or a princess, cartoon princess, we just alter the features just a smidgen, and we bring them in baby face. Now, I guess my question is, you know, if you're watching me on Facebook or any of these, you're gonna have to comment for me to know that you're there. I see that there's at least one person watching me on Facebook. Comment and let me know you're there. And then, of course, I had kind of a pull down on my mouth. That's my resting bitch face. I guess you get some of that when you get older. Go ahead and pull that in so we can get some color in the eyes. And the trick is the simplicity, I think. And a minimal number of lines to define the face. I'm gonna get that little bow at the top. And a little line at the bottom. And then we'll get the hair in here. That. There's that little, it goes the other direction. My cowlet, get that in there. Now, I've got some of these spaces here that are not closed. So let's just, maybe that's not the best idea. it would come back here on the back side. Let's go ahead and look at the reference again. I got that last line wrong. Let's bring that reference back in. I look like a young Disney princess. So let's get her colored in. Remember the difference between this one and this one, well, which I ended up deleting. Pencil neck. All right. So let's see what happens when we color this in. Oh, I'm on the wrong layer. Oh, I inked over on the top of the same one. So let's just real quick ink that again. That didn't take too long. Yeah, add ink, ink, ink. This is what happens when you do things on the fly. And there we go. So at least I knew where I wanted to go with that. Yeah, right? Make sure I don't do that mistake again. Little nose. Little bow. I had such a nice line before. What? Is that because it was bigger? Maybe if I go the direction my hand naturally goes. There we go. Oh, a little bit more here. Eyelashes. A little ear. And the hair again. Boop, boop. And this time I'm going to close that, make sure the hair's all closed off. My hair goes backwards. There we go. Ah, this is just for demonstration purposes. Started that too high. There we go. The pupils look kind of funny without any pupils. We'll go ahead and make this eye bigger. Go over here. I don't know. Let's see here. Let's turn that one off. That's too much, isn't it? Erase all that stuff out of there. Get that eye right. See, now I'm being too picky because it's just a caricature. Get that booger out of her nose. There you go. Oh, hi, Teresa. Good morning. Okay, I'm using Procreate. And Pam Sanders. Hi, Pam. She's from, oh, you're Shelly's friend from Washington. What? Okay, so that'd be Washington State. I have family out there in Washington State, believe it or not. I'm going to make this top eyelid a little bit darker because we're compensating for there not being many shadows in this piece. Okay. It keeps picking up on my fingers. Okay. And then let's look at my clothes. So just to kind of make sure this has a finished look to it, we're just going to rough in some clothes here. So this is my hoodie that I've got on. As you can see, I took this morning. Because I still have the hoodie on. I'm just roughing stuff in. There we go. Now it certainly does look different than the original picture. Oh, didn't close this in. There we go. That's part of the hoodie. All right. So there she is. So let's do some coloring. Go ahead and, I didn't have something closed in there. Where is it? It's in the hair. It's going to try it. So you go back in and you do some more inking. There we go. There's another one. Some more. Let's see. Where else are we got open stuff here? And like I said, where's that line coming from? Ah, I think it would ignore that little bit of line. That's for me pinching. Might as well just inspect this whole hair thing. Make sure that it's full. Okay, so then we'll start. Goodness, I've got lots of those little spots to clean up. Okay. All right, so we can just start inking. There we go. Again, I did it. Let's see where we're missing it. See it obvious? I don't see any obvious color. Oh, there it is. It's right over here, above the temple, right there. There we go. I'm going to give myself the blue eyes, because I got blue eyes. Oops. And bring that skin tone in. I got empty stuff again. That is one of those things that I'm not used to paying attention to, because this is not kind of stuff I usually do. And I think this shirt probably comes down like that instead of bring some more of this in. Darker. There we go. Maybe if I had it a little wider. There we go. That's closed. Oh, the neckline. Okay, there we go. Oh. There we go. She's working out to be a Disney princess. Of course, yellow hair. Oh, go ahead and pick the yellow. Now, I'm thinking that maybe this mouth is a little on the low side, or a little bit on the big side. Because we're not following standard rules. That's part of the breaking the rules. Bring her face, make her little mouth, make her mouth a little smaller so she looks more princessy. Oh. I want it over. Oh, it's not. All it's doing is resizing it. Okay. Of course, we go back to our flesh tone and fill that sucker in. And then give some, some color to the jacket. Some color in the dark areas. And then some color in the lighter areas. And I think there's a way to do patterns on here, but I'm not 100% sure. I may have to import it into Photoshop or Illustrator. And then, let's see, we're going to go ahead and leave that red, and we're going to give her a little bit of, where am I? I think that's what I can do. I think that works. You know what, that maybe I just need to make it smaller. There we go. Give her a little. There you go, a little Disney princess here. Oh, a little color in the hair. Beep, beep, beep. Again, I'm not real. Oh. Let's see. I want to select that and that. Move it. See if it's going to let me fill that in like I want it to. Well, okay. We'll do. You know, one of the things I learned in college was that you're not much of an artist unless you can fix something. It's always stuck with me. Because I'm kind of a fix-it kind of person. Let's go ahead and give her red lips. Oh, I got lots of coloring things going on in there. Oops. And then we'll go back to the pen and we'll, oh, wrong color. Go ahead and color that in. Got a little bit of painting to do. I'm going to go ahead and use my syrup. I've got to clean up this area here that I got all sorts of screwy. Moving that mouth around. Just painting in that flesh tone. And there's lots, I don't know if you can see it. There's lots of little pixels that got filled in when we moved that mouth around. And if I would have done this on separate layers, we wouldn't be having this problem. But it's Sunday morning. I'm going to go ahead with my acrylic and just kind of fix that just a little bit. I don't think it doesn't matter. Okay. So there we are. There's me. Go ahead with the dark. There's me as a Disney princess. So before. There we go. There, I look like an old lady. And now, there's me. I'm superhero, Disney princess. Let's get some whites in those eyes. So there's your little formula. How you can use a photo reference. To make yourself into a Disney princess. I think that's hilarious. There you go. So I had some fun with that. So yeah. Let's see. We're looking here. I got to look at my comments because I keep forgetting to do that. I think it's cool that I got my comments up there on the left-hand side. Left-hand side? Be right. It's left to me, right to you. No, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. It's Sunday morning. I need some coffee. Oh. Did somebody, okay, Chuck mentioned that I integrated several programs to make this happen. Look like it does. Yeah, it's OBS, as well as my Procreate, of course, and my iPad. Let's see, what's that thing called? A 10K viewer, or no, 5K viewer. Restream. So several. I'm missing something. I know I am. So, excuse me. Ah, Mariah. Hi, Mariah. Yeah, I'm so. You look like a badass Cinderella, she says. Oh, thanks. I appreciate that. Yeah, I suppose if I could totally goth her out too, couldn't I? But screencast. Now that's the 10 or 5K viewer that's cast it to from my iPad to my PC. I think this would be easier if I had a Mac, but I'm not willing to kind of pay that kind of money for a Mac. I'm perfectly happy with my PC. Always have been happy with PCs. So the only reason I got an iPad is because these programs are available on them, and I didn't want to miss out. So there you go. Well, I guess today, Sunday, is going to be short. I kind of struggled this morning on how to follow up on that last piece that I did. That was way involved. That took 4+ hours. And I thought I'd just do something short and sweet on Sunday. Everybody's busy on Sundays, and going to go watch those Chiefs. And I know Teresa, I know we're enemies until the game's over, right? Is that what you said yesterday? Oh, anyway. Let's see. It's awesome. Yep, she got maybe I got a little big on the eyes. I don't know. Not too bad considering I haven't really done caricatures much. But when you can base them off something that you're familiar with, which I'm extremely familiar with my face. And a lot of people ask me why I do self-portraits. Well, the easy answer is I'm always available. Always available. See, one of the problems with having reference materials is having them available. And if I'm available, the thing is, you can always alter what you look like. I mean, I turned myself into President Trump. I've turned myself into Hillary Clinton. I've turned myself into Bernie Sanders and lots of political figures. And then you just everybody's face has the same dimensions, and you can base it off of anything. And so when you smile, there may be slight characteristic differences, but if you use a reference from them and a reference of yours, you can get everything in the right place. And that's how I used this Disney type of formula to create the Disney princess type thing here, or princess character. And so, but the thing is, there's a formula there. They actually alter the human face to be more babyish. And I guess is that a good thing? I mean, they're made for kids. So are they trying to appeal to kids and adults to make them look more like kids? Or, because the male characters typically don't, not all of them, the Disney princes don't necessarily take on those cat-like, childlike features. Is that because it is infantizing women? If I want to get a little controversial, is that what ideal? Is it to appeal to kids because it's reflective of what they look like and making them realize their possibilities? I guess the only way you'd know those answers is to be in on the planning of these things. Or is this something that somebody thought of And then they realized, oh, people really like characters with big eyes and tiny noses, tiny mouses, and that's just the way it is. I mean, they figured out that that was appealing. Then you have to ask yourself, why is that appealing? It's a chicken and the egg situation, isn't it? Of course, we always think, animals with big eyes and, small other features, they're so cute. Dina says there's a motive for sure. I think there is. I think that there's always a motive. I mean, the big motive, that obvious motive, is that they want people to become fans of whatever they're doing. And that's, mana. So, there we go. Those are some things to think about. Is the alteration of the human face for cartoon characters and other things like that kids consume? Because right now YouTube has a big deal. I mean, I had to mark all of my videos that I've had. I've got hundreds of videos that I've done over the last 6-7 years. And I had to go in and mark them all not made for kids. There's new legislation came in effective 1st of January. So I just told it for every video ahead of this that, yeah, I'm not making these for kids. And they're safe for kids because I'm not doing anything that, as far as I'm concerned, is bad, but you never know. So I just told, yeah, nothing I make is intended for children. So is that the new? I don't get that. I understand parents wanting the legislation to make it safe for kids to be online. But how about monitoring what your kids are doing online? I suppose it's harder and harder when you actually give them the devices, right? And you give them devices because it's convenient. But it has been stated lots that these people from Facebook and YouTube and others they do not allow their children to have their products. Why do you suppose that is? Think about that for a minute. New community standards. Yes. YouTube community. Yeah. Of course. It's new YouTube community standards. But you weren't supposed to, initially it wasn't supposed to be anybody under 13, but, everybody broke that rule. I think it's a really big task to take on. See, now I'm lecturing instead of drawing. But it's a really big task to take on coercing human nature. And what the thing is, they did a good job of coercing human nature to make us addicted to their programs and their products. And then they wonder why all the human failings are magnified and emphasized within them. The world is a bad place. Chuck's telling me waffles is just about ready. So that's my signal that I probably ought to get going. My husband's wonderful. He cooks breakfast for me when he's home. Otherwise, I just have cereal. It's an artist thing, I think. There's so many other things I'd rather be doing than actually eating and taking care of myself. So I guess I'm going to log off now. And I hope you enjoyed the Disney Princess. Woohoo! And let's see what I can come up with for tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. We'll catch you tomorrow. Okay. Bye-bye now.